Okay, so by now I hope everybody who can log in has. Sharice, I'm sorry that your internet is not working, but I hope that it gets better. Maybe you want to try logging off and logging back in. Okay, so when you first get to your Adobe Experience Manager page at author.digitalgroup.com, the first thing you're going to do is sign log in to the content management system, which is Adobe Experience Manager. And again, don't get too caught up in the naming of things. Remember, it's just where you edit. Your website's images. Antigua and Barbados, these sections. You have websites, you have your digital asset section, inbox, tools, and tagging. For the most part, 98% of the time, or probably 100, you're only going to be using your website section and your digital asset section. Your website section is where you edit your website content. Your digital assets is where you upload your images or any types of assets like PDFs, anything like that that you want to drop into your website pages. You're not going to be using Inbox right now unless we have some type of workflow system. But you are going to be adding SEO descriptions within your pages themselves, which we'll also get into later. So any questions so far? No? Okay, wonderful. So can someone please mute again? There's a phone ringing very loudly. Hi, can someone please mute? They're talking very loudly. Okay, and there's still a lot of people talking, so if you guys can just put yourselves on mute so that disturb the rest of the people on the call. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and log in so you can see what it should look like when you log into the websites. So the main thing to note here when you click on websites, that's what I just did, I clicked on the website structure, is that there are a lot of folders and there's a lot to navigate. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do right now. So I clicked on websites, and underneath websites, what you're going to see is a list of different things. You're going to see assets, some other things. You're not going to be using any of those in this situation, and you most likely will never be using any of those. What you're going to be clicking on is relevant to you. You're going to be clicking on Digicel, because that's where the Digicel content is. Now, when you click on your Digicel, you're going to see Digicel Group Markets, and you're going to see a few other things. Within the structure, the sections that you are going to be working on are markets, which is where you find your market, and promotions, which is where you will edit your banners for your main website carousel. For the most part, no one's going to be editing content for Digicel Group, and you will only have access to edit content in your market anyway. So that's something to note, that while you may be able to see another market's content, you cannot necessarily edit content in another market. So just to recap, Antigua and Barbuda. Let me just see if I have a question. Open the chat. Next thing that you're going to see on Antigua and Barbuda is the language. So if I'm in El Salvador, I'm going to see ES for Espanol. If I'm in Haiti, I will probably see FR for French content. And if I'm in Suriname, I will probably see DU for Dutch content. The majority of our markets are English speaking, so you guys are going to mostly see EN. You are going to click under this because that represents your language. In the future, if we do have the opportunity to have additional language, that you will see mobile business play, and those are the three top ones there. You're going to see other areas like your store locator, your terms of use. And for sections like your terms of use and your store locator, the reason why they are in the main structure is because they don't fit necessarily within your navigation, or they don't fit necessarily within a website section. So terms of use, for example, is in your footer. So that's something that is configured outside of the typical website structure. You following so far? Nothing to get too confused about. Just want you to have an overall understanding of how things are kind of set up here. So for the majority of you on this call, you're going to be editing mobile content. Some of you may have play content. Right now, we have not relaunched the business websites as yet, but when we do, you will edit business content. But again, the concept is the same, and you just need to know where to navigate to. So I want to edit content underneath my mobile website right now. So again, I'm going to click open, and that's going to give me my mobile structure. So a lot of you guys who have been working in the AEM system for the last year will already know that this is your website structure. Any questions so far? No. Okay. So a good thing that I like to do to just understand and match up is I like to go onto the live website. I'm going to go to Digicel Jamaica right now. And I'm going to show you how it corresponds. Phones and devices. Devices is the first thing that's in my navigation, and it's the first thing that's in my structure under mobile. And then we have plans and services, and that's the next thing. And then we have explore, and that's the third thing. Then you have your need help and your my Digicel. In Antigua, it doesn't say my Digicel, but it should. But we can go to another market. So if we go to Anguilla, we can see that it says my Digicel there. And you can see that my digital and need help are there as well. So that's your help section. And so you just kind of a reflection for you to understand how things look. So depending on where you want to edit content, you have to open that page. So if I wanted to edit a plans and services page, I need to open up a child page of the plans and services. And what you need to understand is that anything that's underneath like the main page is a child page of it. So if I want to open up prepaid plans, that's a child page of plans and services. The main thing you need to know is that you just need to double click to open it up, and that's how you edit it. So any page that I want to edit, if I want to edit, let's say, prepaid plans, I'm just going to click on it, and I'm going to double click and open it up. Does that make sense? Yeah, Troy, I'll get to that in a second. I'm going to go back to the home page. Okay, but for now, I just want you to understand that you easily are able to double click something, open it up, and that's how you're going to get to editing your content. So let's open up our home page, and mobile is your home page. Remember that mobile is your home page. Mobile is your home page. And someone is still not on mute, so please mute if you can. Okay, so basically let's choose a market that I'm going to show you guys how to edit some of the components on the home page. So obviously this is important because this is the first thing that your customers see when they log on. Let's just look at what your homepage consists of for a minute. Okay, it consists of your web banners, and Troy was just asking if I can show how to upload those. I'll do that in a second because I know that's important. A few of the websites still have the older design, which have phones on the screen, but that's something that I'm looking to solve by the end of this week and change everything over to the new design. So just keep that in mind. But remember, concept here. So changing things should come easily after a while. So for example, let's say a customer goes onto your homepage and they click on prepaid and it gives them an error. This has happened before. What you need to do is you need to go on to your homepage where I'm right now, and you need to find out why that customer is getting an error. So what you would do in that case is you're going to write. Thank you. And for a lot of the components that you use, it's the same thing. You're going to right click and edit to find out where it is linking to. So I'm going to do that again. Right click, edit. So I just right clicked and I edit that component. And so what I see now is that I'm in a section called configuration. And I have prepaid, postpaid, free apps. And I have the URL there. Okay, so it's just gonna pop open in a new window. So please try it from your end, and anybody else that's listening, please try as well if you haven't done that before. Double click so you can open up your home page right now. Okay. So once you do that, again, you need to right click, edit a component. So this is a component here that says prepaid, postpaid, free apps. You can think of it as a picture, you can think of it as an icon, but either way you have to edit it, right? So I'm just going to right click, and you're going to see a list of things here. You don't want to delete it because that will leave nothing on the page. So you're going to do edit. And if you click on it, you'll see that the image is there. I'll show you how to drop in images in a bit. But for the most part, if a link is broken, you just want to add the correct link. So if you see that under prepaid, the customer is getting a 404 error, you need to change it. That makes sense to everybody listening? Okay, wonderful. All right, so underneath that we have something called a title. Again, it's this situation we're using a component called a play title. It's called that because we used it for our play design. What you need to do again is the same concept. You need to right click and you need to edit. Now, if you guys for some reason decide that you're going to change this is not supposed to be changed though, because this is the same on all markets. But if you wanted to change it, again, it's concept. So if you wanted to change a title on another page, you're going to right click and edit, and you can easily change the text there. And the colors option is also there. It's just paying attention to what is actually there. Okay. Underneath that, in the new design, we have a different set of banners. Now, this banner is different from the carousel banner at the top because this is pulled in from your digital. Which are called general banners. If you look in the screen on the left side, you'll see that. Also, your news and community component is a component that is just pulled in for you already. So when you update that press release, you just put in the create date in the page properties, and it automatically is supposed to publish the newest press releases on your home page. That's, again, something that you shouldn't really have to worry with editing. Then you just have your social media feeds and your footer, which you guys also don't have to do anything with. If there's a change that needs to be made, that's something that group manages, the footer and the header, because those are standard across all markets. Okay, so any questions before I move in how to edit a carousel banner? Yes, Damien, what's the question?
Well, I was just asking if you could go back over that news and community quickly for me.
Sure. It's a lengthier process. So
Okay.
let's do the banners first, and then we can do the press releases later.
All right, no problem.
All right, sounds good. Okay, so let us go back to our structure, and I'm going to log out, and I want someone to tell me how I am going to upload my images, because I told you which section it's uploaded in, so I want someone to give me some direction. Yes, someone in the room in Jamaica got it right. How about somebody on the call? Somebody that's from a market that doesn't know. Okay, good job, Troy. Troy said promotions. Anybody else? But where am I uploading the actual asset itself? Bermuda's typing. Go ahead, Calandra. Okay, great. All right, great. So yes, guys, I'm going to upload my images into my digital asset. So I just got this really cool art that I want to upload for some of our Olympics promotions that we're going to be doing. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my digital asset section so that I can do that right now. So it's right here. I'm just going to click digital assets. Okay, so remember guys, it's all about navigating to where you need to go depending on your market. So when I click on digital assets, this is what happens. I get digital assets folder and it's closed, right? Or in a lot of cases, it's going to open up to the last place that you. So I'm going to click open, and none of these are relevant to me that say geometrics. The markets folder is divided up is based on what section you want to upload. So for this, in this situation, we want to upload a banner, we said. So I'm going to click to open banners, and then you're going to find again your market. So again, this is not something that you're going to remember by heart. It's you just knowing how to navigate to where you need to go and clicking and opening the folders to find where it is. So let's say that we're in Barbados and I have a banner I want to upload. That's where I'm going to. Hi, someone is still talking. Can you please go on mute? Okay, so let's say I'm in Barbados and I have a banner that I'd like to upload. This is where I'm going to put it. So I'm going to make sure that my mouse is on top of Barbados. Then I'm going to click new. Okay, everybody got that so far? My mouse is on Barbados and I'm going to click new. And I want to find the file depending on where. And once I find it, I would just do open and upload it. I'm not going to upload it right now because right now I'm in the live environment and I don't want to upload it here, but that's how you would do it. Once you do that, you need to activate it. So you can see that in this list, there are some that are green and there are some that are. It means that the ones that are green are activated. How do I activate? I'm going to put my activate. And once it's good, I know it's good to go. In certain situations, and you're going to see that this is how it works too when we do the pages. When you want to deactivate content, you would put your mouse on top of that content or on top of that page and you do deactivate. So you can see in this list here, the ones that are red are no longer active. One thing that you're never going to do is you're never going to delete something if it is not activated. It's not deactivated first. Please make that a note. Never, ever, ever delete. Okay, so once I've activated my image, I'm ready to create my banner. That's what we came here for. So let's do it. A brand new banner. So we're finished with uploading our image to the digital assets section. That's where your banner is. Now we want to go back to the website section. The way that you do that is you're just going to click at the top. You can see you have your different sections here. You're just going to click on the globe. That's going to bring you back to websites. So, does anybody remember the section that we said we're going to upload our banner? Somebody in this room got it right? Somebody on the call tell me what the section is again, please. Thanks, John. Okay, so we're going to promotions. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just hearing a lot of noise. Just give me 1 second. Coming through. That's very distracting. Okay. All right, so we're going to go to promotions, and somebody in the Jamaica team here just posed a very good question. What happens if you activate something and it is orange? That happens from time to time. Usually it just means that activation didn't catch on right away, right, Chad? That it's a bit slow. It's in a queue, so it's being queued up to activate. It usually activates quite soon after that, but that does happen. Not very often, but from time to time you'll see that it's it's orange. So I would think of it more as it's on its way to being activated, and you can usually give it another activation as well. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to navigate to promotions. So websites, we're going back to our website structure, and we're looking for promotions. Now remember, promotions is under Digicel, and it's going to look a little bit different for you. I think it looks a little different for you guys, but remember, just remember where it is. So you're going to open up Digicel. You're going to open up promotions. And then once again, I'm going to create a new one. So let's choose Haiti. All right, can someone tell me how I start the process? I want someone on the call to tell me how I start the process to create a new banner. Click new, right? Okay, thanks, John. Exactly, highlight market, click new, thanks, Troy. Okay, so I'm on top of the market, I have it highlighted. I'm going to do new, and I'm going to do new page because it is considered a page, even though it is a banner or a slider, as you may call it. Okay, so what's important when you're creating a page is knowing what template that you're going to be using. And it's not knowing everything. There's a lot of ways to cheat. So in this situation, I know that I'm using a promotion, not only because the section is called promotion, but because if I look to the side here, I can see the template that was used was a promotional template. And so if you're not sure what template to use, you can just look at what was used, and you can see that these are all promotion templates, and that's what you're going to use as well. So I'm just going to do new page, and I'm going to name my promotion. So let's do Red Hot Rio or something, or somehow, I don't know. And let's click on promotion, and let's do create. Okay, did everybody just see what I did? You want me to repeat that? Do you have any questions? Is that what I did? Okay. Please repeat. Okay. Shade wants me to repeat. So, once again, I did new page. You're not going to do any of these new site, new live copy, new launch. Nope, you're just doing new page. I named my banner. Okay. You don't have to worry about the name in this. Page, the name dictates what the URL is, but it's not very relevant for the banners in this situation. So you're going to click on promotion. Remember, you're doing promotion. You don't need to put a name in this situation, but just remember when you're doing a page, the name dictates what the URL is. Just keep that in mind, okay? And then once we do that, we're just going to do create. Is that clear, Shade? Okay, perfect. All right, now once I have created my page, how do I edit it? Somebody give me some direction, please, because I want to actually edit the content. I'm not sure how to do that. I want to put my banners in. One of my lovely people to tell me. So just try to remember the concepts here. Double click and open, right click and edit. These are things that you're going to be doing a lot. Okay, so our promotion page opened, but as you can see, there's nothing in it. So you need to add your content. Now, luckily, we already added our images into the DAM. So what you're going to do is you're going to search for the image that you already uploaded to the DAM a few minutes ago. So that's what I'm going to do here. So again, same concepts. Right click, edit. When you right click and edit, it gives you the opportunity to see what you need to put in, what you need to edit. And we always ask you guys to do the banners in 3 sizes, and this is why, because you're using a desktop, mobile, and tablet size, so each customer that comes on can see, depending on what they're viewing, whether they're on an iPad, whether on. That's why everybody has their own folder, and then they're able to upload images. Alright, so I right-clicked edit, and I want to add now my new banner, so I'm going to search for it. I'm just going to search for something. Search for a play image. So this thing that I'm searching for here, this is called your content finder. If sometimes you might log on to a page and it might not be there, there's a tiny arrow at the side that if you click it, it opens, and if you click it, it closes. You'd never be able to see it if I didn't tell you, but it's there. So if you ever need to search for your image and you're like, I can't find the content finder, just keep in mind that it is there, it's just hidden. Alright, so see, I just searched for something and it is bringing up some images. So what we can do is we would drag and drop depending on the sizes. We would drag and drop our desktop size, we drag and drop our mobile size, and we would drag and drop our tablet size. So remember, that is the sizes that you would have uploaded. Okay. Okay, let me do it one more time for you. So what I did, since my page is open, I right-clicked edit. And I use my content finder to search for my image. I right-clicked the, you see where it says double-click to edit, so you can do that. There you go. So you can either double-click or you can right-click it. So yeah, so just you can look for these cues. The system tries to tell you what to do. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna do that, and I found an image that I searched for. So I'm just gonna drag and drop, drag and drop, drag and drop. I'm gonna go through that next. So somebody else had a question, and I'm going to address that in 1 sec. All right, but before we do that, now keep in mind, once you have put in your images, there is a section called configuration. What does that mean? Your configuration is where you put your, for example, your text. JustJamaica.com right now, I can see that this banner, and this is in tablet view, if I do this banner has text on the side of it, and it has a call to action link, right? So that is where you edit your configuration. So we've already put in our images, and now we are going to edit that text. So if I do title, I can do something short and kind of get them to go to the call to action link. Exist somewhere or something like that. And then you're going to do you have the option to do a subtitle or description. That's depending on obviously what your promotion is and what you're going to write. Now, did you see what I just did? I put in my title, but I have a call to action. I have a call to action drop down at the bottom. So I just click to open. So I'm going to click it because this is where there's still a lot of background noise, guys. I don't know. Yes, there's a lot of background noise. Can everybody again, please, guys, you're disturbing the other people on the call. Can you please mute your microphone? When we go on a break, I'll look for a way if I can mute everyone's microphone. Sorry about that. Okay, just to repeat what I did. So I put in the title, and now I want to provide a call to action link. What does that mean? That means that when the customer clicks on get details or learn more, they have somewhere to go. They have a landing page. So in that situation, you would have created a landing page, which is something we'll do in a few minutes. But for now, I need you to understand how you would link to that page. So I'm going to do link, and this is something you'll see a lot in AEM. It allows you to choose the path of where you need to go. Now, please keep in mind, you're going to see every single market. You have to be extremely careful about what you're linking to, because you could link to an incorrect link. You could link to another market. So if it makes it easier, you can just drop in the full link, right, chat? That's fine to do. They can just drop in the HTTPS here. Yeah. You can just drop in the HTTPS there. But what that would mean, okay, perfect. Okay, we figured out how to mute everyone. Thanks. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Right, so what you could do is instead of choosing the path, you could copy the live link, but keep in mind you'd have to create the page first and then copy and paste it in if you don't want to take the chance of finding the path. So let's just do that right now. Let's find the path. So let me exit to refresh your memory. So I right click edit or I double click. I am in configuration because I want to add my call to action link. I'm going to do link. I get websites. So again, this is the same website structure that you see when you log into AEM. Websites. I want to find my market. I want to find Haiti. And I want to go to the page that I created specifically. That page is activated and everything is activated, the customer will be able to click on that page and you'll get there. So let's put in our label. So the label could be anything that you guys want to put. So you could do get details, find out more, learn how, view more, etc. Anything that is to push them to the next level, so they can find out about the plan, the promotion, the deal, etc. All right, so once we're comfortable with that and we double checked and we have all of our images there that we dragged and dropped in.
Just repeat about where you found the link again. That will be in.
Hold on, guys, one second, I have a question. Where you navigate to, Katasha?
And I was asking, where do you get the link from? But you have to go to promotions and look for it.
Right, you'd have to find the path, exactly. All right, guys, so once you do that and you fill out your configuration, then you're going to do OK. Does everyone get that? And then you would see a preview of your banner here. And we call it the sidekick, but you can call it whatever you want. No problem. Okay, someone asked me just to repeat putting in the link, so I'm just going to do that. So I'm just going to do edit. And go to your configuration tab. And there's a drop down here, call to action. And then it says link. See that? And then there's that little circle where you can search for it. And then you're just going to find the path of wherever it is. So let's close this up again. So websites. I want to find my market. So I went to Digicel. I went to markets. I went to Haiti because we're practicing Haiti right now. And I went to the deal that I want it to go to. And then once I'm sure, then I just do OK. Let's practice it right now. Okay. This thing is going to be very helpful for you to while you're editing your content. And under the page tab, you have activate. So you're going to activate it there. Does that make sense? Okay, thanks, Stephanie. Remember, you can keep it, you don't have to activate it at the same time. You could have it there and it will be there for you, Okay, so once you guys activate that in promotions, you need to go back to your home page. So who can tell me how I get to my home page? I want to know what my home page is. Where do I find my home page? I'm waiting for someone on the call to tell me how I get to a home page. Anybody from Join Me, or I'd like to hear from someone I haven't heard from though. I don't want to pick on anybody, but I really would like to hear from someone who I haven't heard from. How do I open up my home page? Okay. All right, cool. So I got a good response. There we go. All right. So we need to go to mobile. So let's do that. So I'm gonna just randomly pick a market again. I'm gonna get everybody will get a little limelight. Double click, open up mobile. That is your home page, right? So because you because you updated and activated your promotion that you just did in the carousel banner, and sorry, don't mind how this looks. This is a test environment. Once you are confident about how it looks on the mobile page, because you need to make sure it looks there good there as well, then you're going to activate it here. Just keep it in mind. So once you are comfortable with how it is in the promotion section, you need to double click mobile, which is your home page, and you need to activate it here as well. If you do not activate it on your home page, you are not going to see it live. The customer is not going to see it live. So all of your work will have been done in vain. So please double click and open it and activate the home page once you are positive that everything is okay. And a good way to preview is by using your sidekick here again. You can use the arrow to open and close it. There's a little microscope that you can use. It gives you preview mode, and it's a close look to how it would look if it was published. So you can utilize that. You should utilize that, and you should be making sure that your content looks good before it goes. I've seen a lot of people make like silly mistakes and publish content that was not ready to be published. So please make sure you're checking the content before it's published. You don't have any typos, that your link is correct, etc. before you do your final publish, and use your microscope tool. Okay, so that is how you do the carousel banner. Now, is there any questions? Do I need to go back over anything? So the activate button is, if you look at the sidekick here, it's in the sidekick, so it's underneath your part. You're just going to be using activate and deactivate pages for those ones. And you'll use page properties too, and I'm going to show you that when you're creating a page. Does anybody else on the call have questions?
On this preview, and you select activate, what does it activate?
Activate the page.
Which one? The change that you made?
Yeah.
It's not showing everything. So whatever change you made, okay.
Yep.
I have to go in and activate the last thing I did in order for it
to reflect, yes. Sorry, Damien, which part did you miss? Okay, do you need me to go back over that? You activate it in the promotions, and then we just added all our pictures, we did our configuration. What you need to do is you need to activate it as well on your actual mobile page. So just to go back over it, I'm gonna go back to my structure, websites. I'm going to go to my market. So I'm in Guyana today. I'm going to double click mobile because that is my home page. So once you do that, you should see your carousel here, and you should see the banner that you just uploaded in the carousel. So all you're gonna do is you're just gonna drop down and you're just gonna activate the page. So you're just gonna use your sidekick to activate the page. That's it. Once you do that, the change has been pushed to the world. So if I'm a new customer and I'm coming on to digitaltci.com for the first day today, I will see the brand new banner that you just put up, which is the goal. Just activate it from the same page, from your mobile page. Alright, I'm going to show you guys how to do the other type of banner, and then we'll take a break at about 11 Jamaica time. So let's go back to our home page, because that's what we were looking at before, so that we can kind of investigate the components that we have there. Hi Sharice, can you try to log back off and log in, or have you tried the join me to see if that works better? Alright, let's try, I'm in the UAT environment. Let's try another market. Let's try Grenada. Is homepage. I want that to like stick into your mind so you never forget it. I'm gonna double click and open up mobile. Okay, so this actually has the old design, so let me go back to the other ones because I want you guys to focus on the new design. As you can see, I'm in different areas, so I have both the test environment and the production environment open. But you guys will be using the author.digitalgroup.com URL, which is the same as the one that you're looking at right now. It's just that I'm using an IP to access. So I said we're going to try Grenada, so let's try Grenada. Okay, so double click and open that up. You just do right click edit, and editing the title is simple. You just again do right click edit, or if the component says double click, either one. And then now we're going to get to these, which is your banner, your general banners, and you can see the name of the component at the side. Now when you do that, this one is a little bit different to edit. So again, the first thing that you'll do in any type of image-based component, any type of image-based thing, is that you're going to need to update your digital assets first. So in that situation, you would have already done that. You would have used the process we used from a few minutes ago, and you would have went to digital assets. You would have found your market. You would have found banners. You would have uploaded. You would have activated. And then that would have been good to go. Now, the next step here, if you wanted to edit digital general banner, would be you would edit. So that's easy to do because you have edit there, right? The thing here is kind of just knowing what is this component is different from the one at the top because the one at the top, these are pulling in all from the promotion section. This one is different because I'm pulling in the individual image from the DAM itself. Does that make sense? Tell me if you need me to clarify that. This one is pulling in from the DAM itself. Okay, so let me repeat that. So for the content slider, so up here where you have your main carousel banners, so this is the first thing the customer sees on the home page. These banners are all pulling from your promotion section. So that's what we just did, right? But for these banners that you'll be using on other areas of the website that are called the general banners, these are different because all you're going to do is you're going to pull these images from the DAM. Okay, so in a way, it's, I don't know if it's easier, but it's just pulling the image from the DAM instead of going through the promotions process. But then these are not sliding banners, these are static. All right, is that better, Damian? Okay, perfect. All right, so your plan and services page, there's the banner at the top. So you're going to need to know how to edit these from time to time. So let's do edit. Let's see what comes up in edit. A little slow, looks like it's a second. Okay, looks like it's freezing on me, so I'm going to give it a little refresh. Water and garden water. Okay, so I'm getting it in the UAT environment, so we'll work with that for now. Sorry about that. Just gonna go back to where we were. We are about to edit the general banners. Okay, so I don't have a general banner on this page. This is a great opportunity for me to show you how to create one. So one thing I want you to notice, right, is when you have the sidekick here, you can either use the components from the sidekick. So there are two sections. There's one that says components, and there's one that says page that you guys will be using the most. So your components, again, is anything that you're using to build your content. So you could put in a rich text component that's going to allow you to write. You could put in a YouTube component that'll let you put a YouTube video in. It's anything that's allowing you to build content. So just remember that. So you can either use your sidekick or you can do new, and it'll bring up the components for you as well. Now, what I'm looking for right now is the general banner component. Now, I don't know either where everything is. I kind of just work my way around. In this situation, I know that general banner should be in other, and it is, so I found it. So I'm going to click on that. So I click. Are you guys alive? Are you listening? Damien is alive and listening. Thanks, Damien. Okay, great. Okay, Janelle wants me to do over. All right, great. Let me do over for you. Thanks, Lakel. Okay. So basically, I just want to add a component, right? Anything that you're going to add, you can do either through the sidekick here, or if you right click, it's going to give you the option to do new. So I just right click, I did new, and I know that I'm looking for a general banner component. So in this case, I know where it is already. I know it's in other, which is why I can go directly to other to put it in. So I just did general banners, and I just did okay. And then it populated for me. Okay, so how do you add the image is you're going to do edit. And once you do edit, you're going to get another section that says configuration. Okay, so I want to search for the path from the dam. That's what I'm going to do. So all I did was I did desktop image, and I searched based on where you uploaded it in the dam. Is everybody following? So I want to go to markets. Remember, it's the same structure. I want to go to banners. And I'm going to use a banner from Montserrat. Okay, so it put in the path for me for the desktop banner, and I cheat by copying a few seconds, but to make it easier, what I can do is I can paste this in and just let it go to where which folder I want, and then I can just put it as tablet. That makes sense? Let me do it again. So copy it. Instead of going through and having to search all the way through the folders, I copied it, I pasted it, and it's going to take me to where it is, so that all I have to do is move it to mobile and click OK. All right, so right now we know that we have desktop, tablet, mobile in the same order, the order that we need, and we're just going to do OK. All right, great. So we have a banner up. Now, as you can see, this text is blocking the image, and we always ask you guys to provide very clean banners and banners that you at least have. You need at least 50, but I really say like 55%. You need a clear space to present your text, you know. So what we can do here is we're going to change. You're not going to go to new stuff. I don't say it again. I don't understand.
They want to create a new general banner. Quite a few here already. They want to create a new one.
But you wouldn't create a new one on the home page because you already have two. Yeah, you don't want any more. What's going to happen is you're going to start having, it's going to start pushing the content, the components down, and it's going to be too long.
In other words, if I wanted to take out this first one.
If you wanted to change it out, then you just do edit, exactly, and then put in your new image. Only two at a time, right? Exactly. And I think that what group wanted was that they wanted you guys all to have one for data and one to advertise a phone. So they want you to be consistent about that. All right, guys. So we see that this is blocking the text. I want to just change this. So I'm going to do edit. There's a way that you can easily change the alignment of the text. And it's right in the general banner component. You're just going to do edit. And you're just going to align to the opposite side. Does that make sense? Easy, you know. Put in there. And usually I use banner title. There's a list of titles here. Don't get too confused with what they are, but I use banner title because it's a banner. So we had created based on the design some specific titles, and try to use banner title for the banners just to keep the design consistent. Then I'm going to choose what color I want to put this in, and I'll choose just for sake, I'll just choose black, and then it'll be okay. Now, this is an internal page, so you wouldn't necessarily put a call to action link, but for the ones on the home page you would, because you want it to link to somewhere else. I mean, you could put a call to action link. It depends on what you are advertising. But for this one, let's say that I take this as if this was a banner on the home page and I wanted to put a call to action link. The component is already there for you. So again, we just did this with adding of the path. This is just a repetition. Markets, and you're finding the path of the page that you want the customer to go to when they click on this link. So I'm just going to choose a page, but in your situation, it would be the page that you want. And typically we use red for all of the buttons, except if it's obviously a red and you can't use it, and the customer is not going to be able to see it. And then you do OK. Alright, does that make sense to you guys? Do this component? Everybody awake? All right, so about 11, what's that, 11:18 or so? Right, okay. I'm just gonna mute, I'm not gonna hang up or anything, so I'll be here. All right, guys, thanks.